666. And it is time for DDO as she is played, and I'm presently in a group 4 XP trains. It is that time to start getting super redundant. So we can see Two-Toe Tobias, Offering of Blood, Wiz King, Von 3. Might not get through all these, but we'll see. Greetings, Vorpal Snack. Greetings, MRF. I just got off the phone with my brother who wanted advice for pen and paper D&D, and I gave him the best advice that I could, being a DDO player. But I mean, a lot of it's gonna come down to individual research, I think. Plus side is, he seemed to be interested in rolling a casty bard, and let it be known that I love casty bards. So he was asking about like multi-classing, and I'm like, if you're a caster, I advise against multi-classing because it's going to reduce your caster levels and your spell penetration and your damage and things. It's just, if you're going to cast, best be pure. I get the impression that I ran some of these in heroic. So let's see if I have the teleport. Indeed I do.
The Weeping Cove is rumored to be a
Do I have
resting
water
place
breathing
of
equipped
Two-Toe
somewhere?
Tobias, an ancient three-barrel legend.
Or do just elementals not need to breathe, and so being any kind of elemental? I don't have any water breathing equipped. I guess just elementals automatically have water breathing. Even fire elementals.
You are not the first to visit since the days of Two-Toe Tobias. The magic runes indicate that a powerful spell was cast here recently.
Didn't mean to cast
Small,
that.
fetid creatures shuffle about in the gloom as if they were looking for something. The stiff wind that blows from the east
Might
has
regret
no
this.
natural cause.
Yep. There's the regret. I can run through that trap on a couple guys, but not on my squishy druid.
The wind from the east dwindles and dies.
got about a half a level, so on a decent XP train that seems quite accomplishable. Vampire. I was wanting to cast a... Man, only 600, 700 damage against a vampire? Yeah. That's trash. That's my spell power. Okay, looks like I might not have a light spell power item equipped. That would explain it.
A ship lies aground, down on the floor of this vast cave.
I am so freaking squishy, wow. This is in stark contrast to my previous barbarian life.
Pipes groan as the second valve triggers another door deeper inside the cave. Opposite sides of the room are levers adorned with bullseyes. The
Always carry a
floor
ranged
slides
weapon,
open,
kids.
revealing dark waters beneath. The door before you stands open as if you were expected. Jims has beaten you to the cache. Mayda, the the undead dragons. Inside the chest, you find a piece of Aratsri's treasure map, along with some other items. The Weeping Cove is rumored to be a resting place of Two-Toed Tobias, an ancient three-barrel legend.
Okay, yeah, it looks like we're not running each of them twice. So we might actually get through everything on that list. I always get lost in the Nectarum. I mostly know my way to the Burning City by now, but... and of course to Tomb of the Wizard King, but... everybody's so fast. I even have a 30% striding on. But I think Expeditious Retreat is like... I think it claims like 45%, which which is really high. Makes me jealous because my long strider.
An inordinate amount of dust whirls around this steep.
It's only 15%. Much less useful.
For one hoping to end their existence, a ledge this high up is the perfect place to leap from.
Oh, looks like the optional's up. Sometimes there's one of those Reaver's Reach gems in there. That's why I like to open it. Almost just jumped down into the wrong place, I think. That would have been embarrassing.
This enormous crack leads to the Bulpur Spiral, site of many ritual sacrifices. A gigantic scorpion rises from the cavern's floor. Chamber. The drow are coming for me.
Just gonna throw a bunch of earthquakes to kind of trip up the things trying to follow us. I'm notoriously bad at that, with all the gusts of wind blowing you off, so.
With the defeat of Volkur's final aspect, the way is made clear.
I don't like how low my head is on my camera, but if I try to hold myself up, my arm starts getting sore from holding it up to get to the mouse.
This impressive structure houses the tomb of the Wizard King.
If anybody calls a particular tower, I will adjust my roll accordingly.
The tomb's antechamber.
Just roll a d3. Looks like I'm going to Tower 2.
An imposing she-knoll snarls as you approach it. The gnomes are no longer a threat. This part of the tomb is sealed. You'll need to find a way to unlock it.
gonna preemptively do this. There we go. People like when you kill things in here, so that you don't get obscene levels of dungeon alert. And slow progress to a halt. I'm gonna kill things once I get in here. Because I don't want to be the guy that's contributing to all of the... Oh dang it, I just cast Ice Storm. It actually wasn't a bad call though, since it deals physical damage. The downside is the physical damage does not scale with caster level, like the cold portion does, making it exceptionally useless in epic levels. Okay, somebody else is in this tower with me. There it is. Let me ride. It's just waiting on it.
An Afriki blocks your path.
I'm gonna turn into a water elemental just for this guy. The transformation cost is so little as to be negligible. 5 spell points, so really I wouldn't be excessively opposed to turning into a fire elemental at the start of a quest solely to cast Fire's Impurity on everybody. Oh, is he a morning walk? Nope, just a human. Potion of Wonder. Oh, resist energy. Yeah, I really should drink that at the beginning of a quest because sometimes it gives buffs. As a min-level 25. Resist electricity.
This impressive structure houses the tomb of the Wizard King.
I don't know if they were planning on running this again. Okay, looks like not. But I typically turn this one in even if they're gonna run it again. Oh, it's Red Joint. He declares that he's squishy on a fighter. I mean, fighters don't have the best self-healing options, but
The stone bridge ahead has collapsed into a gulch. You must finish your journey into Vale's homelands on foot. The Blackheart trolls have made their home in the shadow of these ruined walls. They seem eager to repel invaders. Could they possibly be allies of Vale?
Greetings, Pador. Mech. Oh, it's little Rambo again. Unfortunately for him, we just stepped into the quest, so he'll have to run the pre-quest by himself if he wants to get to us.
This inevitable is a Marut, one whose sole purpose is to destroy those who cheat death. A group of drow ambushers in the next room calls a battle cry. This tribe must be like the land inevitable at once. Trolls and drow are working together.
Oh, when I get to level 26, since I believe 25 was the last boring level.
As the gate grinds open,
Should have a feat choice to make. Might be able to get something good. I'm hoping that I have room in my feats to take Burst of Glacial Wrath, since it looked interesting.
You have caught up with the inevitable. It stares coldly at you, perhaps calculating the threat you pose to its mission.
I was gonna say it wouldn't hurt that much since this is only epic hard, but yeah, wow. Headwind doesn't have just a whole lot of HP, but neither do I. So that would have been significant damage.
Stand amidst a scene of terrible slaughter. The inevitable has already passed. Architecture of the walls ahead. Vale's tribe must be living in the ruins of an older civilization.
was no way I was going to bypass the spell resistance. Oh, but then I bypassed it for my word of balance. Oh yeah, I forgot these guys are all ranged. Jerks.
I rode slowly down the hall to your right, while relentlessly focused on its target. The locked gate ahead marks the outer boundaries of the Drow camp. You have entered a new section of the caves. In the distance, you hear a strange and evil keen. You have never heard of a beholder serving a drow, or anyone else.
Get my
Shudder to
pale
imagine
lavender
the
on so I
bargain
don't
that
lose
they
my
must have
buffs.
struck. The clusters of giant mushrooms grow more sparse as you emerge from the beholder's domain. Ahead, torrents of water plunge into a pool far below. If you leap into the waterfall, there will be no turning back.
Oh yeah, killed by fire.
Ahead,
Okay, so the... Okay. So the pale lavender doesn't block the anti-magic, but it does block the buff
this
strip.
hall is flanked by towering statues from a lost age.
I guess it
They
might
have
be
chosen
programmed as a
dramatic
dispel.
battleground for her last stand against the inevitable. Destroy the implacable marrow. stone bridge ahead has collapsed into a gulch. You must finish your journey into Vale's homelands on foot. The Blackheart trolls have made their home in the shadow of these ruined walls. They seem to repel invaders. Could they possibly be allies of Vale? A majestic being of metal and magic glares at you from the cavern ahead. This inevitable is a Marut, one whose sole purpose is to destroy those who cheat death. A group of drow ambushers in the next room howls a battle cry. Vale's pride is determined to fight you and the inevitable at once. The stench of trolls once again. It is true. The trolls and drow are working
I would
together.
open that chest, but I don't like that trap.
As the gate grinds open, the drow scorpions train to attack. The inevitable looks
Oh, I cast the wrong spell. I'm very tempted to do a trapper build next life, or to just splash rogue on what I'm going to do anyways, just to use up all these +5 tools I've gathered, but I think I will not do that. white dragon scale dude. I wonder if that's cosmetic and he just wants to look like that. Got y'all this time. Y'all ran away last time. But it doesn't matter if I'm dancing, I can still kill you. That's the beauty of being a druid. This is what I would say if druids weren't so terrible about at killing things.
The Marut stalks down the hall to your right, relentlessly focused on its target. The locked gate ahead marks the outer boundaries of the Drow encampment. You have entered a new section of the caves. In the distance, you hear a strange and you have never heard of a beholder serving a Drow, or anyone else. You shudder to imagine the bargain that Vale must have struck.
Yeah, this quest might level me, so I'll probably take my level before I head to the next quest. Yeah, before I head to the next quest.
The clusters of giant mushrooms grow more sparse as you emerge from the beholder's domain. Ahead, torrents of water plunge into a pool far below. If you leap into the waterfall, there will be no turning back. A geyser blasts water into the air nearby. It looks powerful ahead. Three champions of Vale's forces are arraying themselves for last defense.
Adamantine
Great
heavy
hall is
mace.
flanked by towering statues from a lost age.
I like
Vale chose a
unique
dramatic
metal
battleground
weapons.
for her last stand against the inevitable.
Oh, I forgot to put on my voice. And I didn't level up. So close. Oh, nice. I could see actually using these on somebody that I wanted to trip things on. Yeah, there's nothing else I want in this list, so might as well take it. skills aren't going off. Can I not cast them on top of water or something? I can. And they're quickened, so they shouldn't be interruptible. I wonder what the deal was with that. Mario's skills are worse than usual today. There we go.
Prisoner's voice calling for help. You hear someone timid. Borax runs off across the bridge and disappears in the pit.
He's gonna say if somebody needs freedom of movement, I'll give it to him. Lightning storm is pretty bad. If it was 1d10 per character level like the buff tooltip stated, then I mean, might be decent, but I think it does only the 5 to 50 as it states in the tooltip here.
Calling out to you. Runs down the tunnel, back to the ladder, and disappears from sight.
Wow. With that jet, the jump is really hard to make. Yep. That one has Death Ward. I was thinking that Necromancer earlier didn't have anything to protect himself from death effects, which was really odd.
You hear a metal portal slide open. hear a woman's voice asking for help up above.
And here's my level.
Kalon deftly finds
There
her way
it
out of the
is.
sewer,
Level
pausing once to look
26.
back and
Only
wave
2
her
more
back.
levels until I can use my legendary Slave Master's staff. Legendary staff of the Slave Master? Something. Legendary Slave Master staff. Oh yeah, I've got...
The last of elementals perishes. You hear a fresh gust of air escaping the pipes near the ceiling. End of the tunnel shows you have reached the end of your journey. You have found the far end of the Blood Road.
Seal of the Chimera's Crown? That might be the last item I need to create the epic Chimera's Crown. I remember farming the Tide Turns a while ago for the shard of the Dinieth Heavy Chain, so I might have a couple of other shards lying around. Greetings, Dark Opale! a whole lot that's just useful to me here. I might take Guardian Angel. Make me a little bit tougher. I don't really care about all this spell power. Yeah, looks like Guardian Angel is my best bet. Especially considering my wisdom spec. This next one will probably be my last quest for today, and I probably won't even get to contribute because they've already started. They will likely be sprinting through full speed.
You hear someone timidly asking for help. Vasmus stood past the shadows, disappearing down the tunnel the way he came. You hear a prisoner's voice calling out to you. Aaron runs down the tunnel. Back
My
to the
Mario
ladder
skills are
disappears
crap
into
today.
the metal grates below spark with electricity. Touching them would
And
be
by that I of course mean
unpleasant.
it's probably lag on the servers server side. Of course, my
Fell voice
my platforming
whispering
skills have
orders
always been
in still
impeccable.
prayer, followed by the clattering of obedient bones.
Buddy used to tell me, Jim, your platforming skills are impeccable. And I'd say, why are you calling me Jim?
As the necromancer
Because I had not yet decided my internet name.
You hear a metal portcullis slide open in the distance.
If I can make this jump, I might be able to make up some lost time. Nope. I am not so sure about the Reaper difficulty.
You hear a woman's voice asking for help up above.
I almost feel like it was on Lamania, which means it might be coming soon, although I don't know if soon means this coming update or their next one
Kayla
after.
deftly climbs her way out of the sewer,
That definitely
pausing
seems
once
like
to look
soon.
back and wave her thanks.
The last of elementals is perishing, and you hear a fresh breath of air escaping the pipes near the ceiling.
Nobody pulled the last valve. Last I saw, something like mobs hitting harder. I think it's going to be a lot harder though, because it was something like not only do mobs deal a lot more damage, but it was also players deal reduced damage. And I think creatures were also resistant to crowd control. Just on top of their saves being higher, crowd control effects would have reduced duration. That said, I have not actually investigated this on Lamania myself. This is a bit of hearsay. If you want more information, you could check out the forums. I believe they were at least at some point talking about that on the forums. Oh, fun fact. You can attempt to dispel your party members. Ooh, Seal of the Elliot Edge. I kind of want an epic Elliot Edge. You can also attempt to dispel yourself and remove your own buffs, which I just did. I dispelled my own freedom of movement. I seem to recall seeing like one post on the forums about Reaper mode, and it was like a bug where a certain archer type build was not properly having their damage reduced, and so they were dealing an obscene amount of damage, and just messing with the balance of Reaper mode. Now, hopefully, I think their intent was not to provide better loot or experience for Reaper mode, because that would run the danger of just making it the new elite where everybody wants to just run Reaper mode to get the highest XP. So I likely will not end up running it very often, just because while I do enjoy the occasional challenge, I do not like getting my butt handed to me, which is something that would likely happen in Reaper mode, since it already happens in standard content. Vorpal's Neck, I believe the point of Reaper mode is for those people that say, this game isn't challenging enough, it's too easy, I have all the latest gear, and it's not fun anymore. And so they're like, okay, well, here's this new difficulty mode that the entire point of it is to be very, very hard. And so I guess it's a place to show off your eliteness, bragging rights or something, I guess. Anyhow, yes, I'm going to end the stream there for today. Thank you for watching. It's a pleasure hanging out with you. If you like my personal streams, you may consider following my personal channel at twitch.tv/Gemini166. But if you don't, I've messed up my sign off already. If you don't particularly care for me, but you do like DDO, then you have found the correct channel here at DDO Stream, where we have several people with several different shows. Maybe one of them will cater to you better than I do. Anyhow, thank you for watching. It's a pleasure hanging out with you. Take care and have a good one.